CNN-News18 with me, Ayushman Singh Jamwal. Ladies and gentlemen, big breaking news coming in. This is amid the storm surrounding Mahua Moitra, and now CNN-News18 has accessed the ethics panel report recommending Mahua Moitra's expulsion. Now, this report is over 500 pages long, ladies and gentlemen, and CNN-News18 has accessed this report where it has been recommended that due to the unethical conduct and contempt of the House by the TMC MP by sharing her login credentials with Darshan Hiranandani, the Ethics Committee has now recommended her expulsion. It has also called for an inquiry into charges of quid pro quo. Now, my colleague Ridhima is joining us with details of this report that has been accessed by CNN News 18. Ridhima, what are the finer details?
Ayushman, as you rightly pointed out, this is a report that runs over 500 pages. I'm just going to try and read the operative part and then the key recommendations that in fact have come from the Ethics Committee. Do remember that the report was tabled at around 12 noon. It's been adjourned till about 2 o'clock. This gives time to the other members to go through this extensive report as well. But this is what the fine print says. It says, I'm just going to read out what it essentially says. The recommendations in fact says on the 3 aspects which have been elaborately examined, investigated by the Ethics Committee. They wish to make the following recommendations. Unethical conduct and contempt of the House by Mahua Moitra, the Member of Parliament from TMC, for sharing her Lok Sabha login credentials, that is the user ID, to unauthorized people, and the impact on the national security. The serious misdemeanor on the part of Mahua Moitra calls for severe punishment. The committee therefore recommends that Mahua Moitra, Member of Parliament of the TMC, may be expelled from the membership of the 17th Lok Sabha. So it makes it clear that Mahua Moitra will be expelled as a Member of Parliament from the TMC. It further goes on to say, in view of the highly objectionable, unethical, heinous and criminal conduct of Mahua Moitra, the committee also recommended the intense legal institutional inquiry by the Government of India in a time-bound manner. But remember, Ayushman, this has already resulted into a political war of words, with the opposition saying that the yardstick that is being used for leaders is very different. They're quoting the case of Ramesh Biduri of the BJP, saying that the committee is working in a bipartisan fashion. They have also been reiterating the fact that Mahua Moitra should have been given time to respond. But sources are telling our colleague Payal that in fact that will not happen. So the Ethics Committee report, which in fact has been accessed by CNN News 18, mincing no words, saying after they've heard all the sides and the kind of evidence that has been presented by the likes of Darshan Hiranandani, who remember turned an approver in this case, they reached to a conclusion that Mahua Moitra should be expelled as a Member of Parliament.
Absolutely, and the report also says that the money trail of cash between Srimati Mahua Moitra and Darshan Hiranandani as part of a quid pro quo should be investigated by the Government of India in a legal, institutional and time-bound manner. That's another recommendation coming in when it comes to the ethics panel report. At the same time, Ridhima continues to be with us on the broadcast. Ridhima, this admission which came in from Mahua Moitra that she did give her login credentials to Darshan Hiranandani's office because she wanted the typing facilities from his office. Is that the smoking gun which has finally put that nail in her coffin when it comes to her expulsion from, or expected expulsion from, Parliament?
Ayushman, it looks like, because if you read the fine print of the report, which I'm just going to read out the operative part in just a bit, they've gone on to clarify that sharing of your login credential amounts to compromise of national security, something that we had heard from the BJP in the past as well. Remember, the counter to all of this by Mahua Moitra had been that login credentials in fact are shared. It's a common practice by Members of Parliament. This does not say that national security in fact has been compromised. But I just want to go back to some other key parts as far as this report is concerned. This is the information sought by the Committee on Ethics from the Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Remember, the Ethics Committee, before reaching to a conclusion, wanted to hear all sides and also look at the kind of evidence that is against Mahua Moitra. So it says, point 22, the Committee on Ethics were in the process of investigation of unethical conduct of Mahua Moitra MP on the complaint of Jay Anand, the advocate, that was forwarded by BJP MP Nishkant Dubey, primarily on 2 counts. One giving official login and password by Mahua Moitra to Darshan Hiranandani, who, remember, Mahua Moitra continued to say is a friend. But Darshan Hiranandani, the businessman who was named in this case, later turned an approver in this case and made some very serious allegations and also listed out the kind of gifts he in fact had given to Mahua Moitra. The report further goes on to say that yes, the login credential details in fact were shared with Darshan Hiranandani, who in fact at that time was stationed at Dubai. And this is a crucial point, Ayushman, because this is the point that had been made by the BJP, that the login happened from foreign soil. What was the need for the login to happen from foreign soil? Was the login used for something else? Was national security compromised? And all of this in fact finds a mention as far as the ethics report is concerned.
Absolutely, and that is the clincher at the end of the day. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Darshan Hiranandani, based in Dubai, what were the login credentials used for? Because Darshan Hiranandani, in his affidavit, has made it clear that he did so, that he had this arrangement with Mahua Moitra to gain a business advantage against Gautam Adani. So that is the pitch that has come in from Darshan Hiranandani.